Hello, I'm Rahi Bhattacharjee, a journalist with egomonk. Welcome to our Inclusion and Diversity series Further Together, conceived with the support of our equality partners Accenture. For the first segment of Further Together, we are joined by London-based queer musician Teenasai Balamu, also known as GrapeGuitarBox. They will be performing their original songs for you. Over to you, Teenasai.
Hi, I'm Teenasai Balamu and I'm also known as GrapeGuitarBox. I'm a queer indie singer-songwriter, originally from Bangalore but currently based out of London. And today I'm going to be playing an original song for you. This song is called Meant to Be Yours, and it was the first openly queer song that I ever wrote and put out. It's a part of my debut EP called Out, and it's called Out because I came out as a queer person. And during the height of the lockdown in the UK in May, I made a DIY video with the help of my partner and released it for this particular song because I was really frustrated, and I found all the old footage that I had of my friends and family and put it together, and we made a little lyric video and put it out. If you like the song, you can find it, and you can find my other music on Spotify or any other streaming app that you use, including YouTube. So hope you like it. Baby, I thought that I was fine when I fell in love with your eyes. Maybe I thought that I could keep this secret from you. I never thought that I had a chance with a girl like you was with another boy, and I thought that I could keep the secret from you. I finally found a place in your heart. I finally saw what it meant to be yours, what it meant to be yours. You're the only thing that matters, other than the things I wanna share with you, and I'd do anything for only you, nobody else but you. Oh, and I thought that I could keep the secret from I finally found a place in your heart. I finally saw what it meant to be yours, what it meant to be yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Tina, for such an amazing and heartfelt performance. And thank you so much for telling us why you chose the song. I mean, it felt like we got a small glimpse into your life, but we really want to know more. So, if you could just start us off by telling us what has been the inspiration behind your song?
Okay. First of all, thank you so much for the really kind words. I would say the 95% of inspiration that I get for the music that I write is based on my own experiences. And, like, it's mostly just me and what I've gone through, what I've felt in a, at a certain stage in my life, and I kind of introspect. I think that's a way of introspection for me when I write a song about it.
So you have tried experimenting, you have tried a lot of things. So what has been the most uplifting moments in this journey that you've had?
I think every small victory counts because, I'm still a very small indie musician, which is up and coming, and so every little thing that happens, like the first time I hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, or the first time one of my videos had 1,000 views, like I went from having barely like 20 views or something, when I was much younger, to like 1,000 views, and I was like, oh my god, somebody is, collectively viewing it 1,000 times. So the all of these little moments are extremely uplifting, extremely motivating. But if I had to pick one, I think I would say one of the first defining moments was like when I got featured on the list on Rolling Stone India, and that was just like I was just a few months into my journey as like a professional musician, and I still haven't put out much original music either. I had just like one song, like barely produced out there. So that was one of the most defining moments, I would say.
I think another of your achievement which we know about is that your single Out was on the Spotify editorial list with several other international artists. So tell us a little about the song and what this recognition means.
So Out is my debut EP. So like an EP is a collection of songs up to like 6 or 7 songs max. And so I've made an EP. I recorded it, produced it, and it has 6 songs, and I've been releasing them as singles. And the first 3 songs that I've put out so far are Wait For You, Run, and Meant To Be Yours. And Wait For You and Run was the first one. That was the first original that I was putting out there, and got featured into like I think 2 or 3 editorial playlists, and I was like, wait, what's happening right now? Because I'm like this fresh face on Spotify. I have barely any followers. I don't have many streams because I'm pretty new as well. But something like an editorial playlist, right? It's picked by a human listener, and it's put into a playlist where there are like thousands of people listening, and I wouldn't have ever had a chance to interact with those people. So it definitely was a big turning point for me in terms of releasing original music, because it's a great motivating feeling. Like, you're putting your, like, it's a piece of you, right? Like, it's your soul out there.
So when you get messages like this, and when you also have this personal goal of sending out messages, how much do you feel that art and music, it helps bring people together?
It definitely brings people together. Like, it's part of our culture, right? Like, it's a cultural thing. Food is also part of the culture. Like, food brings us together all the time. And art and music, and I know there are so many like subsets to this, but it's a way of having a conversation, I guess. And I know physically I cannot reply to, if I get 1,000 messages in a day, I cannot reply to that. I'm not going to try to get them, but you know what I'm saying? But still, I can still have that conversation, with somebody who's listening to my music or my art, and kind of relate back to them. And it's a very conversational way of consuming things. Like, when you also listen to any other song, you also have this particular memory attached to it, this particular association that you have, and so it definitely connects people together. I think back when I was in high school, the best way of me like connecting with my friends was sharing music. We'd often give each other CDs and things like that. So yeah, definitely I know to do with that.
And you dedicate songs, and you say things like,
Yeah,
I think of this
yeah.
song, and I think of you when I listen to this song.
Yeah.
So what are some of the topics that you want to explore through your music?
I would say one of the main things that I want to explore is being visible as a brown queer musician. It's something that's really cool, and that it's really cool that we're seeing a lot of it now. And I'm very happy, but also there's a lot of things that we need to cover. There's a lot bigger path to kind of go on, because we still are lacking a lot of representation, like in media, especially in Indian media. Like you barely see any out and open queer people.
So, how do you think that we all can get further together? What are your thoughts and opinions on that?
I think right now, especially, like I keep having this conversation with a lot of people about how globally everything's boiling over right now. Like I think we're finally fortunately reaching that place where we're like, okay, there are a lot of things that are really messed up that are happening, which shouldn't be happening, which shouldn't have been happening in the first place, whether be it the Black Lives Matter movement, or like in India, there are a lot of marginalized groups in India as well, and there are some things which are just not okay. One thing that you can do as an ally is like educate yourself, learn every day. And I would say that one main distinction is to like always pass the mic. We would say, like, if as for example, as a cis-het person, you have more of a voice in a certain space, then always make sure that you pass the mic so that a queer person can also speak up. And in those situations, for example, I think one of the biggest things is education. So, like, as you're educating yourself, you could also kind of help your family or your friends unlearn homophobia and explain to them why it's okay to be gay, for example, or why trans people should be respected.
Thank you so much. That was a very insightful conversation, and I really enjoyed talking to you. But before you go, could we just have one more performance and then you?
Yes, for sure.
If you like my music, you can find it on pretty much any streaming device or platform, including YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music. You just have to look for GrapeGuitarBox with no space. I sat on the beach, waiting for the sun to rise. Lost a part of me, looking for you to see. The rain chipped away pieces of my heart. Lost all sense of time, we've grown apart. Feel like I have no place to go. Feel like I don't know you, but I do know that I'll run back to you, always to you. You light my insides up on fire. You looked at me like there were stars in my eyes. I gotta confess that my heart is a mess. I know it's so wrong, but I can't belong without you. Just one touch takes my breath away. You always know the words to say. The light in your soul flickered through your beautiful eyes. It takes all of my will to not see you in July.
As expected, a wonderful performance by Teenasai Balamu, also known as GrapeGuitarBox. For our next episode, we will be looking at inclusion through the lens of gender and disability. Please keep watching egomonk for more inspiring and thought-provoking content. Thank you.